Hey there, pirates! Welcome aboard the Anime No Me channel. When we look at the details of the visual changes the Straw Hats underwent after the time skip, Chopper's new hat certainly stands out. I hope for your support to help our crew win, and to do so, you just need to click the thumbs up button, leave a like, and subscribe to the channel. By doing this, you will win an incredible devil fruit, so just comment which fruit you want. Before the time skip, Chopper was inseparable from his iconic red hat, which held deep sentimental value for him. However, after 2 years of training, he returned with a blue hat decorated with an emblem, which seemed somewhat unexpected at first glance. This raises the question, why did he decide to make this change? To better understand this shift, we need to revisit important moments in Chopper's story before and during the time skip. Chopper's red hat was given to him by Dr. Hiraluk, the man who changed his life and helped him find a purpose as a doctor. That hat is a symbol of everything Chopper learned about compassion, courage, and the meaning of moving forward even in difficult times. Wearing that hat was a way of keeping Hiraluk close, a constant reminder of his mission as a doctor. But I believe the Sabaudi arc, chapter 513, marked the beginning of an important transformation for Chopper. When the crew was separated by Kuma, Chopper watched his friends disappear one by one, unable to do anything to protect them. This must have been devastating for him. He has always been a doctor who strives to save and protect those he loves, but at that moment, he realized his strength and abilities were not enough. This event was crucial in motivating him to train and grow stronger, but it may also have planted a seed of internal change that culminated in the hat switch. When Chopper ended up on Torino Island, chapter 524, he faced challenges that made him reevaluate his priorities as a doctor. On the island, he learned not only about new forms of medicine, but also about the balance between strength and kindness. The relationships he developed with the local inhabitants and the giant birds showed him that to truly protect something, he needed to grow both emotionally and physically. It was at this point, I believe, that Chopper began questioning his reliance on the red hat as a symbol of his identity. I don't think the change of hats means Chopper abandoned his past or forgot about Hiraluk. On the contrary, I think it was a way of showing that he had evolved. The blue hat with the emblem of his own mark as a doctor symbolizes this new stage. It carries the same essence as the red hat, but now represents a more mature and self-confident Chopper. Someone who takes pride in his skills and isn't afraid to show it. This change could also be related to Chopper's desire to integrate even more into the crew. The blue hat has a more sophisticated and professional appearance, perhaps reflecting the fact that he wanted to be seen as more than just the mascot of the group. In chapter 598, when Chopper reappears after the time skip, we see that he exudes a more confident posture and far greater control over his transformations, something that aligns perfectly with the change of hats. Furthermore, Chopper's new hat seems to be more practical for his battles and transformations. The old red hat was something he never took off but often ended up flying off during fights. The blue hat, on the other hand, is more secure and seems to have been designed to accompany his various forms without falling off. This reinforces the idea that the change was more than aesthetic. It was both a practical and symbolic choice. I believe the hat change was a way for Oda to showcase Chopper's growth, both as a character and as the crew's doctor. This change reflects his emotional and professional journey during the time skip and symbolizes his transition from an insecure apprentice to a confident and dedicated doctor. And while he may have changed hats, the spirit of Hiraluk and the significance of the red hat remain present in everything he does. The central symbol on Chopper's blue hat is one of the most important features he decided to preserve when transitioning to the new design after the time skip. This emblem, resembling an X, has a direct connection to Dr. Hiraluk's legacy, serving as an element that ties Chopper's past to his new phase as a doctor and adventurer. The decision to keep this symbol on the new hat shows that despite the changes, Chopper never forgot the roots of his journey and the teachings he received from Hiraluk. To understand the meaning of this symbol, we need to go back to the early chapters that explore Chopper's story. In the Drum Island arc, chapters 134 and 145, we see how Dr. Hiraluk profoundly impacted Chopper's life both emotionally and symbolically. The X on Chopper's hat is the same symbol Hiraluk used to mark his medical experiments and, in a way, represents the adventurous and idealistic spirit of the doctor. Hiraluk believed that medicine was not just a science, but also an act of love and courage, something he imparted to Chopper throughout their time together. The presence of the X on the blue hat, therefore, is much more than a simple visual element. It symbolizes Chopper's promise to carry on Hiraluk's legacy as a doctor. During the Drum Island arc, Hiraluk made it clear that for him, being a doctor was more than healing physical wounds. It was about inspiring hope in others. Chopper absorbed this philosophy deeply and made it the core of his identity as the Straw Hat's doctor. By keeping the symbol on his new hat, Chopper ensured that this philosophy would never be forgotten, even as he grew and changed. It's a way of showing that no matter where his journey takes him, he will always remember his origins and the impact Hiraluk had on his life. The X is a constant reminder that he is not just representing himself himself, but also carrying the legacy of a man who dared to dream and believe the world could be better. I believe Oda was extremely meticulous in designing Chopper's new hat to ensure the X remained a central element. This decision reflects the essence of the character and his emotional growth. Chopper has changed his appearance and adapted to new circumstances, but he has never abandoned what truly matters to him. The central symbol on the blue hat is visual proof of this. Additionally, the way the X is incorporated into the blue hat seems more prominent and intentional, as if Chopper wanted it to be something everyone would immediately recognize. In the chapters showing his reappearance after the time skip, chapter 598 for example, the blue hat not only draws attention for its design, but also because the X stands out even more. This suggests that for Chopper, keeping this symbol wasn't just an aesthetic choice, but a matter of identity. He wanted everyone to know that he remains true to what Hiruluk taught him, even as he takes on a larger role within the crew. With the new blue hat, Chopper brought a look to the story that not only marks his evolution, but also carries special meaning. The blue color, in contrast to the red of his old hat, might symbolize the serenity and balance Chopper acquired during his 2 years of training. It's interesting to think that while the red hat was a symbol of his bond with Hiruluk and his initial motivation as a doctor, the blue hat represents the legacy Chopper is building on his own. In chapter 602, during the Return to Sabaody arc, Chopper demonstrates a confidence we hadn't seen before. He's not only more assured of his abilities, but also takes a more active role in protecting the crew. The blue hat, with its more refined design, reflects this shift in attitude. He's still the same pure-hearted Chopper, but now he's more prepared to face the challenges of the new world. Another interesting aspect is the emblem on the blue hat, which resembles a medical symbol. I think this was an intentional choice by Oda to highlight Chopper's role as the crew's doctor. It's possible that during his time on Torino, Chopper decided it was time to proudly show who he is and what he represents. The emblem on the blue hat is almost like a declaration that he's not just the crew's doctor, but one of the best doctors in the world. This change also reflects how Chopper views the future. The blue hat is a symbol that he's ready to face the new world and the dangers it brings. He's no longer the same young reindeer who struggled to believe in himself. Now, he's someone who understands his worth and is determined to protect his friends no matter the cost. In chapter 611, during the Fishman Island arc, we see a clear example of how Chopper has evolved. He's much more confident in his ability to treat the injured and in using his skills to help both his allies and the island's inhabitants. The way he acts shows that his time on Torino truly changed his perspective. He's no longer someone who simply reacts to situations. Now, he takes the initiative and uses his intelligence and abilities to make a difference. I believe the hat change was also a way for Oda to show that Chopper no longer needs to cling to physical objects to remember who he is or where he came from. The red hat was an important symbol, but Chopper realized that Hiruluk's true legacy lies in his actions as a doctor. The blue hat is a continuation of that legacy, but now with Chopper's unique touch. Additionally, Chopper's new hat seems to have been designed to accommodate his physical evolution. During battles in the new world, Chopper frequently uses his different forms to adapt to situations. The blue hat, with its more fitted design, is perfect for this. It stays firmly in place, no matter what form Chopper takes, showing that he considered every detail when making this change. Ultimately, I think the hat change symbolizes Chopper's journey of self-discovery and growth. He hasn't abandoned his past or the meaning of the red hat. He's simply found a way to honor that legacy while embracing the future. The blue hat reflects the Chopper he has become, a confident doctor, a loyal friend, and an essential member of the Straw Hat crew. This change might seem simple at first glance, but like everything in One Piece, it carries a deep meaning. The blue hat is more than an accessory, it's a symbol of everything Chopper has achieved and everything he's still determined to accomplish. And as he continues to move forward, helping those around him and protecting his friends, we can be certain that Hiruluk's spirit will live on in everything he does. That was today's content. We hope you liked it and want to share your opinion on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and stay amazing.